guys, how y'all doing? I'm Christine Jones, and I'm from a country town, raised by grandparents who did an outstanding job, if I say so myself. Raised by my grandparents, went to college in Memphis, Tennessee, the LaMoille College, and from there I went on to go to grad school at Strayer University. I have an undergrad degree in social work and a master's degree in education with a concentration in leadership and management. Mind you, I don't technically do any of those things right now. You know, I'm a teacher by nature. That's a part of what's on me, my calling, period. So I do that by default. But I'm in another industry right now. I like my job, but I am looking for something different. By the time this actually hits social media, I will probably have transitioned to my next place. So then I'll go back and tell you about the old place. But until then, I have a lot to say. I don't necessarily know how it will all come across. But, you know, that it is what it is. When you place yourself out there and put your opinion and your life out for people to hear about. I don't know specifically what we will be doing on this channel. I don't know the branding. I don't know any of those things. I have been fighting doing videos since Lord knows how long. Forever. I got into vlogging maybe like a year and a half ago. It hasn't been that long. And I think I first started off watching Gay Babe TV, one of my favorites. And then after watching them, because a lot of the people who have been blogging for a while, they're all friends in the realm of they have the similar jobs. And this is what they do for a living. So I've been watching Gay Babe TV, Belief in Male. Is that right? I may not be saying it right. That's right, Belief in Male. Belief in Fatherhood. I'm saying Belief in Male. Belief in Fatherhood. The Daily Davidsons. Levine Life. I don't watch them as much because anyway. Levine Life, there are just so many vloggers and social media influencers who I really taken a major liking for. I like that, and all of them for very different reasons, because they're all very unique in the way, because they're all individuals, so of course their families look different. But it's been really beautiful to watch people's real lives. People be genuine, tell their stories. Now, of course, we know that on social media, there are those people who are vloggers who are literally just about the subscriptions. So they're doing all those crazy jokes, not jokes, but jokes and pranks and things of that nature. So, but to each his own, because it's a whole world out there, and it is a lot of money associated with that industry, or YouTubing and Instagram and all the many other platforms that are out there for influencers. So anywho, I've been watching and really enjoying those, and I said to myself, I like talking. I think I can do that. You know, so basically, I've been on this journey. I literally made it up in my mind today, because I continue to have an ongoing dream gym. And that's when I say dream gym, that's a vision and a dream that's basically overlapping. And because you're in a state of rest, but not technically fully sleep. And the Lord just gives you something. And today it was just resounding. I felt it this morning, and I said, Christine, you got to stop playing out here in these streets, and you got to do what you got to do. And I just decided to be a big girl about it and go ahead and turn on the camera and start talking, because that's all you really have to do. Turn on the camera and start talking. Again, I'm a talker. So I don't have any issues with that. I have no issues whatsoever with talking. I'm actually right now driving back into Memphis from West Memphis, Arkansas. I came over to visit a friend. Make sure you check on your friends out here. We're still under quarantine. I just wanted to get on and say my initial hellos, to get that out the way and start moving forward in what I know God is speaking to me to do in this season, which is to talk, to inspire, to encourage, to uplift. Because I think that is a lot of what is missing right now. Not to say that it's not out there, but everybody brings it to the table differently. So, because you're just uniquely who you are. And so, another influencer that I literally just started to get into was Tabitha Brown. And I just, by happenstance, you know how on YouTube you get all of those algorithms or whatnot, and it pays attention to who you watch. So if you're watching people that are in the same circles, like that chick Angel out of Los Angeles, I love her. I love her personality. She's just real. And she and Tabitha Brown did a video, and when I watched the video that she did, that's when I said, everybody keeps talking about her, let me check her out. I now binge watch vlogs. I love them. So I've been watching Tab and her husband Chance, the children, the videos they've done on vegan. Now, I'm not saying I'm going vegan right now. I love to cook. I can cook. You will probably be seeing me doing some cooking videos soon, because I got a couple of things in my refrigerator that I know I need to actually go ahead and do something with. I'm thinking about making a crab salad, or whatever I have in there, because I know I had a crab meat, but I don't have everything that I would typically use, but that's okay. I'm gonna use what I have. And that's one of the things too that make why everybody like, oh, that was good, but can you make that again? I'm like, I don't know if I can, because sometimes you cook based on what's on hand in your house, and not specifically based on a recipe of that. Now, you may see a recipe because I'm gonna put it all together, but anywho, because a matter of fact, I'm getting ready to make breakfast casserole, and I'm gonna do Christine's take on that, and on something to eat and snack on for breakfast. And then the last time I made a quiche, I think I only ate like 2 bites out of it. Literally, that's all I ate was 2 bites out of it. Like 2 squares, not necessarily bites. Let me say 2 squares out of it, and it really went to waste. And the other thing, because I am single right now, not much longer though, praise the Lord. I am single right now, and because I cook singly. You know, I don't cook huge portions of food because I'm the only person in the house. Now, my friends come over and eat some wine and some good food. They'll come over. I want to make a shrimp pasta because I did click it yesterday for a few items at Kroger's, because I still just don't want to be in the store. Like, if I don't have to be in a store or in a public place, now I work with the public, but if I don't physically have to be in the public with people, then I try not to. Just to be on the precautionary side. I believe the blood of Jesus covers me all day and all night, and I'm so thankful for that. But you don't want to go out here tempting fate either. You know, you be smart about things. Be smart about what you do, who you put yourself around, places you go, and just listen to the voice of the Lord. I am a believer. I am also a minister, licensed and ordained. I don't technically practice ministry, I guess, in the way in which some others do in a traditional setting. I also live my life well. I have fun. I enjoy, because you only have one life to live, and I don't think God wants you to be buried in a corner somewhere, not actually living the life that He's giving you the ability to live, but in all things with wisdom and discernment. Now, you know, that should go without saying, but it doesn't nowadays go without saying. There are just certain things that have to be said, because some people ain't got it all. You know, no shade, just true. You know, everybody wasn't born with it. Everybody wasn't born with common sense. My grandmother always taught me that common sense will get you a whole lot further than book sense. Now, mind you, the Lord still had me to get 2 of these degrees, and I will be going back eventually for my PhD, because that was prophesied over me, and I believe the word of the Lord, and I trust that for my life. So I do believe that I will eventually be going back and getting a PhD. Now, what I'm getting it in, I don't know. I've thought about several different areas. I've even thought about going back to get a second master's degree or certifications in particular areas, but I am still waiting on the Lord, because even with social work, I'm not a licensed social worker, I'm not a licensed educator, but those fields or those areas are still a large part of my heart and the cry of my heart. And so I don't know what God is doing in those areas particularly, but I'm waiting on him for further instruction. And when he give me the instruction, don't worry, I'll let you know. Sometime they're out. It's a lot in just believing God and trusting God for what's on your life, and being obedient to his voice, because it's real easy to ignore. But I went through something some years ago where I really learned that ignoring him was not an option. Do you hear me? He will remind you how loud his voice can be. And it's not like that all the time. It's not, but even at that, even with the loud, when I speak loudness, it doesn't necessarily mean loud, because I'm going to tell you, I was in a relationship a couple of years ago. It's been more than a couple now, but anyway, I was in a relationship, and somebody I really liked, and I thought it was going well, and it was going to be amazing, and blah blah blah. And we were sitting on the couch talking, and I heard the Spirit of the Lord say to me, and I know you probably didn't hear that because I just whispered it, but that's how it came off to me. But what I said was, the Lord said, liar. Simply just that. And I was like, I brushed it off like I didn't hear it. I didn't really hear that, or I don't know what that was. And then on top of that, because I heard it in that moment, I started asking the guy I was dating at the time, I started asking him questions. And he just had answer after answer after answer. So in my brain, I was like, he ain't lying, But baby, let me tell you, the Lord revealed to me that man was really a liar, a manipulator, a thief, a lot of things that were not of God. And I was like, how in the world did I get myself in this? And I said it right. I got myself into this. God didn't ordain that. God didn't say you need to talk to him, that was going to be the person for me. That was all of what I wanted it to be. And look, this is the piece that's before the book, because I'm in the process of writing a book, and that's the piece before the book. When you get the piece after the book, baby, y'all gonna be like, oh my gosh, you done been through what? You experienced what? You did this, you did that. Yep. And I live to tell the story. See, this is the thing that we don't get. All of these experiences are ordained and purposeful, regardless of whether it's something you got yourself into or not. Now, yes, there's some things that you could have probably avoided, but God always uses everything for our good, even the stuff we put ourselves in. And I'm really thankful for that. I've always been a person that tried to remain optimistic, no matter what the situation is. I'm that hope girl. I'm that girl that's not going to give up on the word of the Lord and what God has spoken to me. I'm that chick. And some people see it, and however they see it, and that's fine. But I know how God, what's on my life, and I know how God has called me to believe for a thing. And I'm the faith girl. When all my friends call me, I'm like, okay, but what is God saying? So what's your issue? And I'm real. We will talk through a thing. We will pray through a thing. And sometimes the Lord will give a prophetic word in the process, and it's amazing just to hear what the Spirit of the Lord will reveal to you. And I apologize if I'm saying any words that you may not understand, but you keep listening to me, you understand the language. I'm just really thankful to be here, to be able to talk to you all and share my heart, to share my life. Oh, speaking of that, that's another couple that I watch who I love them, Will and Dom. Their channel is a little bit smaller. I don't think they have quite as many viewers on their channel. But if you do not know that channel, you need to find them. Will and Dom. And they have a very powerful testimony. I think the wife was a virgin when they got married, and the husband, he was not a virgin, but he was abstaining, till, he and his wife wedding day or whatnot. So it shows their process and their journey, and even now their journey through infertility and the process and just trusting God and believing God that the child that God said that they would have, that they're going to have, and all that beautiful stuff. And they eventually ended up getting pregnant through in vitro fertilization, I do believe, or the egg transfer. Well, I don't know the technical terms. I watch it all the time, but I don't necessarily know the terms. But yeah, and their testimony was so beautiful. Their whole entire journey has been beautiful, and it's been beautiful to watch. And speaking of them, that made me think about Miss Naturally Mary. She's another social media influencer that I have began to really enjoy watching and loving her channel. Now, she has a large following because Miss Naturally Mary, she does her primary videos are like beauty stuff, like wig reviews, natural hair, makeup, try on hauls, things of that nature. But what I love her for more than the hair vlogs and is her videos about her and her now husband's journey to marriage, and the beauty of it, and what God did for them, and how God just has been amazing through their process. So, and of course, this is the thing to remember, people. Everybody's journey is different. So, although we expect the same outcomes, the journey or the process to get to that place is so different. But I always see so much beauty in everybody's individual stories, because you can glean so much from them in the process and how they went through their process. So anyway, and then speaking of Miss Naturally Mary, I also watch her sister, her twin sister, and that is the Doves. And so now her sister is Martha, I think that's right, Mary Martha. So Martha Dove, and she and her husband have, I think, 5 girls. Is it 4 or 5? Y'all go over there and find out. But anyway, and they also have a small fan base. But when you watch and you understand that this is a lot of people's livelihoods, you understand why it's important to hit that subscribe button. So while I'm saying that, y'all subscribe. Come on over. We're going to have a couple of interesting conversations. Please, feel free to comment in the comment section below. And just say, hey, again, small beginnings, but you never know what God will do with your story. So it's important that if he's giving you specific instructions, do some, start some, be some, do it. Because you never know what'll come out of it. And we just not in that phase. I think we understand, first of all, life is too precious right now. There have been, we've had over 100,000 deaths in the United States of America alone during this COVID pandemic. And, but as a believer, I want y'all to know this about me. I have not watched as much media because we have 2 things going on right now. We have a pandemic, and we also have pandemonium. And my girl, Dr. Alexis Maston, She's the one that used the term pandemic and pandemonium. She's a prophetic voice for this generation. And if you haven't heard of her, go on check her out too, Dr. Alexis Master. She also has another powerful testimony about the journey of her and her husband to matrimony and what God did for her. Powerful testimonies. And like I said, I watch a lot of people, but I'm still very particular. There's some people that if I start watching them and they irk me for some reason, she turns it. I'm not gonna watch them long. And but another one of my favorite families right now would be the Friends. I think it's Friends of the Friends, something like that. But anyway, Pastors LeBryant and Fanika Friend, and they're yet again a very unique testimony of relate their journey to marriage and their marriage that they've been in, and they're raising their children, and they just have a lot to share. And it's so many people that have a lot of amazing things to share, but everybody does it in their own very unique way. I ain't nobody else, baby, and I ain't trying to be nobody else. My name is Christine Jones. Hello and goodbye. That's my name. You will get to know all my little sayings because I have a lot of them. My friends joke at me all the time about that. And that my little sayings vary depending on the place in my life, because the stuff I used to say back in college, they'll probably have to remind me, what you say back then, girl? On the dorm, honey, and those experiences. Very interesting. I had to sit down with and have some interviews with some of my friends that you may be interested in coming up. Like I said, I don't know how this channel will go. I don't know anything about the particular brandings or what we will actually focus on, but I just wanted to get this here first video out the way. I can say I did it. Yes, I'm cheering for myself. I don't care if you cheer for me or not. I don't even know if you made it to this point in the video, but it's all good because I'm here. And I'm here for this because I'm about being obedient. Yes, I made some choices in my life that have been far from being obedient. But at this phase of my life, I truly understand that obedience is better than sacrifice. Hello? Can I get amen out there in the virtual world? But anyway, okay, that's what I was mentioning earlier about the pandemic and the pandemonium. It is very critical that we not get distracted in this season, and that whatever the instructions of the Lord are for you, that you obey those and those alone for his instructions and direction to you as an individual, because there will be a lot of things that come in this season, and we ain't seen half of it, people. I just brace yourself. We haven't seen it all yet, but in the process, to pay attention to the leading of the Lord's voice and to stay focused, because you will not go wrong. I guarantee you. And when I say I guarantee you that you will not go wrong listening to his voice and his voice alone. Yes, it's okay to receive counsel, wise counsel. Hello? Don't just go tell anybody your business, because sometimes folks ain't ready to hear it and they can't handle it anyway. They don't have enough discernment. And then it's not necessarily that you also always go to listen to someone who is necessarily in the church. Hello? I hope you get what I'm saying out here. No, that's not always necessary, but it is necessary to seek wise counsel and when you need more clarity. But if he giving you the go ahead to do a thing, just go forth in it, and in the process the counsel will come. Because first of all, his spirit will counsel you in the process. Come on now. If we are actually putting ourselves out there in that way, baby, when I tell you that even in this conversation, I've been hearing the Lord go, say. So he will give you those instructions, and he will encourage you in the process. He will provide that counsel. So anyway, this is Christine Jones. And welcome to my channel. Please come back. Please subscribe. Please join me on this ride, an amazing journey. I am so looking forward to this, and I am so thankful. I am so thankful for you guys, and for what God is doing and what he will continue to do in my life and in yours as well. I pray great blessings upon your life. And until next time, peace.